What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. We got some major news here. The FBI has major warnings here of possible attacks in the U.S. on U.S. infrastructure, electrical grids, water systems, airports, and more here. I'm going to give you the details here of that in this video. And the actual cities that the FBI has warned of, and I'm going to give you the list here of it in this video. This is very important, and this comes here as the link of it also to Russia. Okay, I'm going to give you the details of it here right now. Also, this is very important because the war between Russia, Ukraine, and now the war in Israel, and with Hamas and Hezbollah now in the fray, this is all getting very, very tense, as I'll give you the details here of that here as well. So let's jump right in. Also, thanks so much for liking these videos, because this will help increase the amount of people that this information will get out to. So please like these videos. It'll help the YouTube algorithm send this out to more people. Here we go. Okay, the FBI says that the Israel-Hamas war raises the potential for attacks against Americans. And they are now releasing a list of potential Iranian cyber attacks. Critical infrastructure owners and operators are stepping up security as the U.S. government keeps a close eye on evolving threats from the Tehran in cyberspace. Now, whether or not these attacks will come from Iranian cyber attacks or even Russian cyber attacks is very concerning. And the reason this is concerning to me, if you've watched my channel in the past, is because we have had dozens of hacks here in the US on our infrastructure in the past. Take a look at these articles in the past from actually years and years of hacks that you probably may not even know about. Or if you've been watching my channel, or if you just remember this stuff, we have had multiple breaches of our infrastructure, our electrical grid, from Russian hacks for a while. Scope of Russian hacking becomes clear. Multiple U.S. agencies have been hit, including the Pentagon, our military, our intelligence agencies, nuclear labs, and even Fortune 500 companies have been found to have been compromised by Russian hackers. This is just one article. Take a look at this. Now, Russia's Wagner Group is going to be sending advanced missiles to Hezbollah. And now, the threat coming from Iranian cyber attacks. So now you can see the link of what the FBI is worried about Iranian cyber attacks as well. So now we have to worry about a two-pronged attack, potential Iranian cyber attacks or attacks here in the US, maybe even more than just cyber attacks. Think about that for a second, because Russia is actually supplying Hezbollah with missiles and defense systems in the Israeli war. And Russia has been attacking the U.S. infrastructure, airport systems. Look at all these articles that have happened for years going on. In fact, this was actually a very recent article here, October 30th. Russian hackers breached 632,000 Department of Justice and Pentagon email addresses in a massive MOVEit cyber attack. They're still doing this here recently. Russian hackers in America's electrical grid. Why securing it is so hard. They're targeting the U.S. here at home. It's not just elections. Russia hacked the U.S. electrical grid, and it may be the first phase of a bigger attack. This article is from 5 years ago. Now, the U.S. is warning us here that we are at risk for a much bigger attack right now. I'm going to give you the list of cities. And don't forget here that U.S. forces were just attacked here in Iraq and Syria at least 28 times in the Middle East. And now the FBI is warning us that we are at risk here in the U.S. homeland. And here's the list of cities right now. Okay, so the FBI has come out that we are at high risk, that there will be risks of attacks, physical attacks, or cyber attacks on our electrical grid, on our infrastructure, our water systems, and specific cities that they already have intel on and are taking down on our airports or on our other specific security risks. Here are the cities that the FBI has already publicly listed right now. And afterwards, you can let me know if you think there's other cities that they may have intel on that they haven't just released yet. Washington, D.C., the entire state of New York, entire state. San Francisco, California, Los Angeles, California. So there you got New York City and you got Los Angeles, California, the two largest cities population-wise, already covered there. Santa Clara, California, San Diego, California, Houston, Texas, Arlington, Texas, Dallas, Texas, Boca Raton, Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Orlando, Florida, Tampa, Florida, Boston, Massachusetts, Playfield, Illinois, Chicago, Illinois, Cleveland, Ohio, Laurel, Maryland, Potomac, Maryland, Springfield, Virginia, Raleigh, North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Detroit, Michigan, Columbia, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, Denver, Colorado, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Tucson, Arizona, Seattle, Washington. If you believe there are more cities that the FBI knows about, or intel they have that they just haven't released yet, and if you are at risk, let me know down below in the comments. That's why I showed you just a sampling of the hacks that the U.S. has already have happened, just from Russia, by the way. That doesn't even include China, who has also been hacking our infrastructure for years, and North Korea as well. So again, you could literally just Google that and it would come up instantly. So don't forget that. If you've heard any other security risks, also let us know down below in the comments. Next up, I want to show you this here from the FBI, a sampling of this. Take a listen here.
In just the past few weeks, multiple foreign terrorist organizations have called for attacks against Americans and the West.
The FBI Director Wray nor the President have any idea whether or not there is somebody from Hamas roaming around the United States of America who could strike this kind of deadly attack on our own country.
All right, you notice a pattern here? More and more governors, and in fact, the governors of Oklahoma and Texas who were visiting Israel to warn us what's going on over there and the threat of terror over there is, in fact, likely to happen over here. Christopher Wray, the FBI director, saying as much just a few days earlier. Chris Wecker is the former FBI assistant director. Chris, good to have you. Are they right? Is it just a matter of time before we're dealing with what Israel's dealing with here?
Absolutely, Neil. I mean, this is the greatest terrorist threat to this country since the pre-9/11 run-up. And I think it's even more pronounced now because we have these conflicts these cells in the United States, I mean, when I say cells, I mean Hezbollah and Hamas, but mostly Hezbollah, have been around for a long, long time, raising money, committing crimes and raising money for Hezbollah. Those cells could quickly morph into violent cells. And with the southern border being as open as it is, we have no idea who's in this country. So it's a combination of what's going on in the Middle East, as well as that wide open southern border. We got to have a couple hundred FBI agents on that border trying to determine who's coming in. We have completely negated all the security steps that we took after 9/11 to keep terrorists out of this country.
So the fear is they're already here, Chris. And then the question becomes the added inspiration of this Hamas activity against Israel started 4 weeks ago this very day. And I'm just wondering, because that's how Christopher Wray framed it, that they would take inspiration from that and follow up on that. In what way?
Clearly. I mean, we've seen this over the years where a lone terrorist hears the call. They operate semi-independently in the sense that they're not card-carrying Hezbollah or card-carrying Hamas or Al-Qaeda or ISIS. But then there's also the greater threat, I think, of organized terrorist activity in the U.S. Yes, these cells were already here, but there's even more flowing across our border every day without question. And we don't know where they are or who they are. If you're a terrorist, you're going to sneak across that southern border. You don't need to take a plane or use any other means to get into this country. And they can come in groups and cells. They often get mistaken for being Hispanic if they actually do go through a border crossing, but most of them don't. They go around the border crossings and come in illegally with the help of the cartels, which is another scary alliance.
So let me know your thoughts here on this down below in the comments, and let me know if you know any other information. I will keep you up to date here on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like and share these videos with anybody else that needs to know this information. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, or anywhere else, or in messages. And don't forget to subscribe down below. Click the subscribe button and the bell icon afterwards. It's completely free to do so. New videos come out here on our YouTube channel every day at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Click here to watch my newest video about World War III is closer than ever. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.